Tomorrow Night's podcast, hosted by Lord Hood, Lazarus Clay, and Zagreus.
Episode 69, recorded on March 2nd, 2014. This is Lord Hood.
And he's back!
Yay.
And I'm Lazarus Clay. And welcome to
Zeng's
the Arsenal.
Gone.
Zeng's gone now. He was replaced.
We can't keep a full podcast, can we?
We cannot, no matter what we do. We're expecting him to show up sometime, and if he does, let's,
Hate rage.
Yeah, let's totally do that. But, yeah, he's not a fan of this Tortodrone update we'll be talking about, but that's okay.
That's why I stuffed him in the closet.
Yeah, exactly. And the closet is
Yeah.
a great place to keep podcast hosts.
Yes.
As we very well know. Okay, I'm Lazarus Clay. This is the Arsenal podcast where we talk about Spiral Knights. Oh man, it's Tortodrone week.
Yes.
And
now the moment you've all been waiting for.
The hype episode. There is so much excitement over so many things. It's so excited this lockbox over by you is shaking.
Yeah.
It's literally...
It's bulging.
Yeah.
With things to talk about.
Yeah. So I already see the radiant fire crystals sticking out of the side there.
Yeah.
So
they're radiating out.
Yeah, that's huge.
There's something growling in there and firing missiles out of its armpits. That's
It's
probably
like your favorite thing of all time.
Tortodrones.
I was so glad that I was like, oh no, if they do Tortodrones last week, we're gonna have to talk about them and you're not gonna be here.
Yeah.
Because you'll still be on your fiendish mission to assassinate high priority fiend targets. Anyways, and Zhang's got his two favorite things in here too. Actually, he's got we got a bunch of listener contributions this week, so that's fun. You guys answered our call for it, and he's not here to enjoy them. So what?
We'll wait until the last possible moment.
Yeah. And we got questions for the hosts too, and a secret third thing that I'm super excited about. We got Hood's favorite thing, Tortodrones, Zhang's favorite thing, question, and my favorite things, which I'll tell you at the end. Stick around. This is super cool.
Yeah, even I don't know what it is, and I'm...
And I'm a podcast host.
Yeah, and I'm like a information guru.
Well, you can scroll down, you might see it, but don't say it out loud. If you do, it's in you didn't hear
It's... Is he
like a
referring to area...
It's like a dart in your neck. Alright, well, let's hit mission report, and then we'll start talking about the Overheard at Moorcroft Manor hype.
Okay.
Alright, let's try this again. So basically...
No, actually, the excavators told the truth. It was...
Oh, man. I wish I had a camera. I'd turn it this way. Oh. Should I run that again so you can continue dancing?
No. I'm
Okay.
fine.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. That was too funny. Alright. Mission Report is where we talk about our gaming experiences since the last podcast. Did you get anything in? Well, of course you did.
Yeah, I've been playing some Tortodrone missions, and I got the Grim Shield, the Grim Shell,
Hurrah.
and it got a Elemental Medium UV on it.
Because he's the luckiest butt to ever walk in Spiral Knights. Can you remind us of some of the other UVs that you've gotten? You and your brother? Between you and your brother?
I got, on my VOD Cup coat, it's Shadow Maximum Elemental Medium, I think.
And you got that twice, right? Like, on your old knight, you had
No,
a Shadow Max.
it was just Shadow Max on the old one.
Okay. Well, you got Shadow Max twice. Okay, so that's...
And then, let's see, I've gotten a Book of Dark Rituals.
Yeah. Your brother got a Polaris ASI high, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. These people.
Very high.
Oh, very high, okay. And then, was it your brother or you who had a shock high Wolver? It's probably him.
That was him, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, between these two, oh my gosh. I need to spend more time around them. Like, here, give me some crowns to roll, and I'll pay you back with my
Iron
crowns.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Iron Jesus loves me.
Yeah.
Iron Jesus loves me.
What?
Okay.
I've
and
basically
then Hearthstone. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I'm playing
I
a lot of
got you into
Hearthstone.
Hearthstone this week.
Yeah.
And you're already, like, pew, shooting way up there.
Yep.
I mean, he started playing, Wednesday. So 4 days ago. And you're already, like, rocking the ladder and all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's a lot of fun. So, we're playing and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. Did we play last... We didn't. Not last night.
No.
I was too busy playing Smite, because that's a thing.
I wasn't playing anyway last night. I was working on some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I spent 5 hours lot between Wednesday and Thursday this week working on the everything you wanted to know about the March of the Tortodrones update, and it turns out they had an update on Thursday right as I released the video that changed a bunch of stuff, and I was like, whoa, that's not right, and I'm like, okay. Darn. But, it's all corrected in the description box, so... But that was fun to make, and I got a lot of help from a lot of people, so thanks to Sky Scythe and Roka and Greenlink and... Who else was there? Marcy loves GA, whatever. You need to tell me how to pronounce your name sometime, by the way. I'm trying to think. Yeah. And a lot of other cool people, so... That was a lot of my week, that and Tortodrones. I'm kind of doing this... I'll talk about that in more Craft Man. I'll talk about my Tortodrone strategies. So let's stop talking about Tortodrones and actually talk about Tortodrones.
Talk about talking about Tortodrones?
Exactly. Let's talk about talking about Tortodrones.
Let's talk about it.
Overheard at Moorcraft Man. From the helmet of someone who likes some creature that relies on their horn to fight with or something like that.
The helmet is supposed to be resembling to a demon called...
That's a good bumper.
It's nice, isn't it?
I like that bumper.
It's nice and creepy. Wait, is Oni the name of one of the sigils? What are the names of the sigils? No. Oni's not one of them, right?
No.
Just making sure.
Oni's a type of Japanese demon.
Oh, that's right. That would have been cool.
It's a floating head.
Yeah.
That eats children.
All right. Well, first, let's talk about the serious stuff first, then we can get to the hype stuff, just to keep our listeners hanging around. So skip forward some 10 minutes if you want to hear Tortodrone talk. But we're going to talk about prismatic bolted V's first, because that's important. Yeah. Amu, Soul, Nook. You got the 3 easy ones. And Amu. Thank you. Okay. Of course, Sky Scythe knows. Okay, thank you, chat. So this happened, and if you don't know, last weekend there were all those flash sales that were going on, and we covered it. What we didn't realize at the time, what I didn't realize, and Zhang didn't realize, is that the prismatic bolted V thing happened, or we would have talked about it. And what happened was, for a little bit of time, those prismatic bolted Vs went on sale for 0 energy. And you could buy a bunch of them for no cost whatsoever. And according to Eurydice, the situation was 16 million prismatic bolted Vs added to the ecosystem. Yeah, which essentially devalues them. I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, unless people didn't put them into the system, they just kept them for screenshots. Like, I have 19,000 bolted Vs in my inventory.
Yeah. Well, here's the consequence.
Because if you tried to sell all of them, you couldn't sell any of them. They'd all go down to like 1 crown.
Yeah. See, I want to see how many ecto drops are there in the game right now. And compare that to how many bolted Vs there were. And see if at some point an accessory became less valuable than an ecto drop. Because the current value of an ecto drop is, I think, 1 crown. About. Yeah, so, anyway. The consequence of this is that the terms of service, they say to report exploits, not use them. And they say that the devs have the right to deal with that however they need to, if that's the case. That's what's implied. And so they are handing out temp, and I've heard temp. I've not actually heard of any permanent bans. I've heard of a lot of temporary bans.
I can see how people would abuse it, but buying one of them, I don't think would be for 0 energy. It could have been a promotion, you get a free bolted V or something. But when people buy a lot of them, I can see how that would be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's flash sales. You've been sitting here. We were talking last week. We were trying to calculate. There was a Curious Mewcat for 32,000 energy, or was it 60? It was something. It was 5 digits long. It was 3 zeros with 2 more numbers. It was ridiculous. I can't remember what the exact numbers. That might be a little high. But, yeah, we were talking about how high that was. And just talking about, features that you expect to pay money for those. Mm-hmm. So when something with 0 energy comes along, it's duh. Yeah. That's kind of out there. And Sky Scythe is saying that he has a guildie who's been perm banned. So perm ban stories and temp ban stories. Okay. So that's what's happening. And people who broke the rules are getting banned. I think they're going lighter on the bans or excusing them for people that are coming forward and helping out and saying, here's my... here's what you do. You submit a support ticket. You can contact customer support. If you still have a bolted V, they'll just take them. You didn't pay anything for them, so you're not losing anything, but you might be gaining your night back from being taken from you forcefully. We will have a link in the show notes to customer support. It's www.spiralknights.com/support/ the number sign, the hash sign, mail. So spiralknights.com/support/#mail.
Is there a reason they can't like just take all of the ones out that were bought in the sale?
That's what they're doing.
Okay.
They're currently working on purging them right now. This is a quote from the thread that Eurydice posted. This is on the forums. We'll have a link to that one too. Everything will be on the show notes on our website at sklayelite.com/arsenal. But Eurydice says, quote, "We will also be removing vast swaths of extra prismatic bolted V's because, let's face it, they're a fire hazard. Someone could trip and fall or poke out an eye." And yeah, that's true.
That's true. They're kind of pointy.
Yeah, they kind of are. So they're in the process of removing them. I know they've removed a lot of them so far, but there's still a lot of them out there. There's bunches of them on the auction house right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's
They're down to like 1,500 crowns.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, I've seen some as cheap as 1,000 crowns at this point. But where was I going with this?
Ordinarily, how expensive do you think it'd be with the normal amount of mini
With the
system?
normal one, I'd say about 10,000.
Yeah,
That'd
so-
be my guess for prismatic. I
Yeah.
mean, it's Bolted V is not one of the most coveted accessories.
Prismatic made headband.
Yeah, that would have been. But I mean, could
4,000.
you imagine like divine Valkyrie wings?
Yeah.
Where this broke. Oh.
Oh, that would be horrible.
But I know people that still have theirs. There's like, oh, I still have mine. Some people don't have theirs yet. Again, there's still a bunch on costumes that shouldn't be there and stuff like that. So I don't know how they're dealing with that, but they are. And again, they're saying that they will go lighter on you. They look much more lightly upon those who turn theirs in through customer support, and you should, because this is against exploits, and you've heard this podcast rant about exploits before.
Yeah.
This has been a discussion way back in the elder days of
Yeah,
the
it's a
game was
major
not
problem.
meant-
You could poke out an eye. They should make someone should make a comic with just a picture of Haven and then like millions of bolted V's littering the ground, like burying knights alive. That should be a thing. Like death by bolted V.
That could be, yeah. And it's a lighthearted post that Eurydice made. It's serious, but it's got stuff like that. It's like, we don't even know what people would do with 1,000 bolted V's. Like, what do you do? Like, roll around in them and be happy? Because we think that would hurt.
You can't possibly sell all of them, and you don't have enough costumes and armor to put them on. So you just have.
Much less you know that that's not how the game was meant to be operated, so it is an exploit, and you report those.
People like just get 50,000 of them and sell them all to a merchant for 1 crown a piece. Get 50,000 crowns, I guess.
Oh, you could do that.
Can you sell accessories to a merchant?
I don't know. That's a good question. Chat, help us out. Can you sell accessories to a merchant? But Ozone in the chat saying 1 guildie had 30,000. I assume he means 30,000 bolted V's. Yeah. Ugh. And yes, Greenlink says
your fingers would get sore after clicking 30,000.
Yeah,
You'd have to click 30,000 times.
What would you do? Okay, Greenlink says, I heard they disabled this while the exploit was going on. Yeah. Anyways, if you're caught doing it, I see people still merching them. They're like, 10 crowns for a bolted V! And they're doing that. I'm like, you, sir, are about to get yourself banned.
Yeah.
So spare yourself from the ban hammer.
10 crowns for a bolted V, then like a GM with Valkyrie rings swoops down, whacks him over the head with a band hammer, throws him over the shoulder, and flies off.
Exactly. Or like the sky above Cradle like just rolls back and this giant fist comes down, just like... And then the knight's gone.
Fire. Yeah, the GM goes /E, call down fire from heaven.
Yeah. Summon Vogue.
Eurydice calls down fire from heaven, like just a pillar of flame just erupts from the skies and wipes out everyone.
Yeah. So that's the prismatic bolted V situation. Please turn them in. We don't like you exploiting.
Oh, they
dirty
came in
cheaters.
bunches of 750?
Oh, they were in 750 stack. What?
Oh.
I mean, I could see how they might get the coding switched around. 750 for 0? Or 0 for 700? I don't know. Anyways, that was last week. It's still getting fixed. Turn yours in. SpiralKnights.com/support/ hashtag if you must eat mail. If that's what helps you remember, then SpiralKnights.com/support/ hashtag mail. If that's what it takes. I don't like the hashtag deal.
Yeah.
But anyways, in honor of episode 69 of this podcast, because 69 is just about perfect, no NJ Thug references required, Three Rings brought Radiance back to the Clockworks.
Yay.
So, hurrah to that.
They're not just in Depth 28.
they're kind of all over Stratum 6 now, I hear. There's a mix of Shinings and Radiance, though I'm not exactly sure. I thought I'd hear more people yelling about this. I thought, like, every guild chat and every haven I went to was just Radiance, 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 but I guess the Tortodrone distracted from that. But this guy says he still hasn't seen any. That is interesting. Maybe we'll have to look for them. I don't actually know. It just says that it increased the rate of Radiance. Maybe
increased the rate from 0 to 0.1.
Exactly. It's like the chance of finding them in depth 29 is now no longer 50% Shinings to Radiance. It's 75%. Hey, that could be it. We don't actually know.
You can't go to depth 29 and find stuff. It's the core,
20,
isn't it?
Yeah, it's 28. Sorry. That's right. 28. So I don't know. It could also be... They said they added an auto turret consumable back when they added buffs in Winterfest, but they never did. So, or before Winter, whenever they added the airstrike and the recon, they said they also added an auto turret deployer, but that never happened. So maybe this is like that.
Yeah. Well, just send your to see mails of 1 Bolted V a piece. Just send 30,000 mails to your to see.
Well, that would be a suiting penalty, because 30,000 times 25 is a lot of crowns that you'd have to pay to send that, but that would work.
Or you just send bunches of 69 Bolted V's to your to see. Or your NJ Thugs. Just send like 120,000 Bolted V's.
Now here's what's happening, is you mail them all to your friends. It's like, he did it, not me! It's funny. Air App in the chat is saying that Radiance appears early as depth 26 as far as he's seen. So cool. So I guess they are a thing. Maybe we'll go Radiant hunting. If not, we'll do some farming this weekend on stream assuming I have to. Probably not. I don't know. We'll see. My schedule's kind of nasty this week. Shield Bash can now break blocks.
Yeah.
I talked about this already. This is kind of nice for me as a bomber.
Yeah.
Because as a bomber, I'm running around, and there's like 3 normal destructible blocks in my way. I'm like, stand there. Charge up a bomb, set down a bomb, wait down for the bomb to explode. 2 or 3 full seconds later, now I can go. Now it's just F, shield bash through. It's much nicer. So, shield bash can now break blocks. It can't break other things. It can't break fire hydrants and mailboxes and stuff like that.
Can it break explosive blocks?
It's a great question. I don't know. Something to test. Let me write this down. Test. Can it break explosive blocks? Let's find out.
And can it break like the newer blocks?
Yeah,
I'm wondering.
We'll probably find something somewhere. Night Tylan has been added to the Havens Bazaar. It's basically the tutorial thing where it's like, hey, let's go on a tour of the bazaar. That mission that you did away a long time ago, and you skipped through all the text because you didn't care. In case you actually want to retour it, now you can talk to Tylan. Yeah. He's right by the entrance.
Just don't accidentally wave to him.
Yeah.
Or like any other nights, like the Geo Night, don't actually accidentally wave to him because you'll get stuck in a conversation you can't end.
Yeah. But if you do, though, go to the one where you want to talk to about services and then quickly skip through all the text. And because what it does is it teleports you to different places, right? It teleports you in front of Punch and Vise, teleports you in front of Brinks, teleports you in front of Becamo, and then leaves you there. So it's a nice, easy way to teleport across the... Bazaar. Yeah. It's still faster to walk, but you can teleport.
It's a novelty.
Moroka says, can't you just redo the mission anyways? Actually, you can. So,
yeah.
But, it's one of those user niceties, I guess. The mini-map now shows the walkable path in a darker color. I noticed this. I liked this. You do not want this to have... wrong line.
Zohan.
It's nice. I actually like this. This is a bigger deal to me than it seems to be for most people. They're like, mini-map path's darker. I mean, it changes the way the minimap looks a little bit. It's got a bit more depth to it, and it's helpful. Granted, there's some hidden paths, like in graveyards and stuff. There's like some hidden treasure boxes that are really obvious now with the new map, because you can see the hidden paths, but it is what it is. Even in Firestorm Citadel, you can kind of see the hidden path. They should hide those, but oh well. And then obsolete achievements were removed so that people who came in after the Arcade Redux can still complete their achievements.
Yeah. Although they can't 100% the game technically, still there's one problem still, and that's trying to do all the missions on Elite to get the gold like seal on your mission. Yeah. You can't do the missions. You can't replay the missions previous, like crossing the chasm and stuff, 1-1 and 1-2 and all those. You can't redo those. They're stuck on normal difficulty.
Is there a achievement for that, though?
No, but it's just like thing that people like to do, like
Oh,
get everything on elite.
Yeah. Well, okay, so in that sense, you can't 100% the game. But for the sake of achievements, right? Your achievement box can be completely completed because they removed, if you don't have the mineral achievements, the deposit minerals, they removed those for you. If you don't have the revive someone with your health and stuff, they removed those.
But we still have those.
Yes, you keep them if you got them. But
so I have more. Someone coming in from the game can get all their achievements, and also have more achievements than them.
Yes, that's correct. And some people have like Master Miner, and you might have Marvelous Miner because you deposited more minerals or something like that. So that can happen. But that's the other updates. Now the Tortodrone thing. So let's actually talk about Tortodrones.
Yes.
If you want to know about the Tortodrones, then you go to this YouTube channel, The Arsenal Podcast, at youtube.com/Squarely, and you watch the everything you wanted to know about the March of the Tortodrones update video. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Tell it to your friends. Spread it to the world.
Yes, please. Now, we'll talk about the process.
God gave us this song.
Yeah. And we'll talk about the process really quick, and then after we do that, we will analytically, dissect some of it and talk about what we think. But the process for this update is you go around and you kill fiends to get sigils. Then you
use 5 of each sickle. Yeah.
And then
it's everywhere, all fiends.
Yes. And then you use 5 of each sigil plus 10,000 crowns to make a fiendish ID card.
Which used to have to have a orb, but now you don't.
Yeah, I crafted a couple of those with orbs. It took all my advanced orbs, and then it's like, okay, now you only have to use crowns. And I'm like, I need those for the shields that I'm about to craft now. It's like, wow, screwed. Too bad. So now you get this fiendish ID card with the sigils and the crowns. Then you get a full party, and then you use the ID card on the fiend portal. And then you you start the game, the Call of the Colossi, by everyone stands on the summoning site. This is all within the March of the Tortodrones daily mission in the prestige menu. Then you fight the Tortodrones, and then you rinse and repeat. You keep doing those. Did I say sigils? Glyphs.
Glyphs. Although I still have plenty of sigils.
Yeah. I keep calling them sigils because Apocrine sigils, man.
They're really similar looking, except one of them tokens, one of them's materials, right?
Well, yeah, but the item icon looks different, but I mean, they're just using generic words. What's the next one? Sigils, glyphs, talismans. Talisman's going to be the next one. I'm calling it right now, okay? The next droppable thing they do, talisman, okay?
Yeah.
Glyphs, sigils, talismans. Mark my words. I could be very wrong. Anyways, you rinse and repeat, you kill Tortodrones, and then they're going to drop these ancient shell materials, you craft the shields. These special Tortodrone shields from them. Yeah,
I did have kind of one bone to pick with them there. You need so many shields, so many shell fragments for some of the things. You need a lot of them. And they're not tier specific, are they? I mean...
No.
You only get 3-star ones, right? No matter what you do.
To start, yeah. Because it's a crafting tree.
Yeah.
There's 4 shields that you can get, but there are 16 shields total, or 12 shields total, because each one has a 3, 4, and 5-star version.
But, so, I think there should have been probably, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star materials, depending on the tier that you go on. But, oh. Because how many do you need for a 5-star? How many shell fragments?
12.
12, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So you need 12. You need 28 per shield, all the way to 5-star. Is that correct?
You need 12 plus 10 plus 7, I think. Though someone can correct me on that.
I thought it was 6, but
6. I could be right. 28 for the whole thing. So yeah, 12, 10, and 6. That's right. So 6 for the tier 3. But the thing is, you get 2 to 6 on every run.
Yeah.
And if you are playing it right, then you're going to be doing a lot of runs. I've probably killed 24 Tortodrones already, and I haven't even been playing that much. A lot of it's been Sky Sites inviting me, and I'm like, dude, where are you getting these sigils? Glyphs. Glyphs, not sigils. But, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about this to me, about this update in particular, is that it's kind of an update for everyone.
Yeah, because it's tier 1.
Yeah, the Fiends drop them with the same rate as in tier 3
So why would anyone ever do tier 3?
For the Radiance, I think. To get the Radiance. But outside of that, I mean, it really is. It's people in tier 1 that are just playing the game, they kill their Fiends and like, oh look, materials. And in theory, a tier 1 person could go and fight the Tortodrone and get one of these shields.
Yeah, if they had a good party with them.
Yeah, now the thought is, it's a really scary thing for a tier 1 person to do, and most people wouldn't be thrilled to take
They'd get run over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like a bug.
And then, if they had... if you had a friend to do that, but then you craft a shield, right? With these advanced orbs of alchemy that your friend bought for you, because you can't get them yourself. And then you can't even use the shield.
Yeah.
So my question is, everything points to this being a tier 2 and tier 3 night update, so why are all Fiends dropping them? Because they've already demonstrated before that they can limit
the next
monsters
they
drop.
don't expire, do they? The materials, right?
Not that we know of.
So if there's another update, if there's another one in the future, then people will have them for future updates.
Yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. So tier 1 knights that are spamming these Fiend gates, they'll have
enough to make all the shields next time around when they're 5-star knights or 4-star knights.
Oh, that brings up another point, because this is the strategy I'm currently using. I'm not crafting the shields right now. I don't want to. I'm just farming the shells. Because that mysterious alchemy machine where you craft, that's not going anywhere. You can access it in the arcade.
Yeah.
So
it has all the materials from the past events.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so people are like, oh man, gotta craft the shields. I'm like, no, that's a step too far. You just have to collect the mats. Mm-hmm. And then you can craft the shields whenever you want at your leisure later. Mm-hmm. And since 3 Rings stole all of my advanced orbs of alchemy from me...
How many did it require per ID card?
3 normal crafting cost.
Whew.
So, so I can't even craft them anymore, and I don't want to spend energy for it at this point. So, just farming. Now, the Tortodrone fight itself. Let's talk about that a little bit. Because it's not as visually stimulating as Apocrypha. Because nothing's going to beat Apocrypha.
Apocrypha was awesome.
As far as I can see in the distant, long future. But, still, I mean, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
That's obvious.
Yeah. 2 Tortodrones at once is more than I've ever seen, obviously. I mean, they were incredibly rare back in the old days. Mm-hmm. And they're different looking, slightly smaller. And shadowy.
Yeah. Didn't they used to float before?
No, not.
Or did they walk?
They would walk because they would charge at you. They'd run at you like.
Okay.
They're kind of like the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
It's made of stone.
Yeah, you should be glad that you listener should be glad that the Tortodrone doesn't also fire rockets like it used to.
Yeah, you just fire rockets out of like its fingertips.
Yeah, and so it could fire a bunch. It's like a rapid fire rocket pup.
Yeah, out of its knuckles.
Yeah. So that was bad. Now,
basically, if you soloed it, you were gonna die.
Yeah,
even one of them.
I found myself dying, like I believe unfairly to these guys before, because it's like I'm just minding my own business, running around, and suddenly from the bottom of my screen, whoosh! I get run over by this giant ball of stone and metal, and I'm dead. Yeah. And I mean, it's such high damage. It like no matter what defense you use, right? Normal defense helps because it's normal and shadow defense. Yeah. But I think the Tortodrone deals just normal damage from the pips flying off of people. It's all red from what I can see, so it might just be normal. I do not know. But
there's really not much of a precedent for there being shadow damage from it.
Yeah, there really isn't. I mean, it's all their normal damage.
Yeah, they're normal damage, and they're construct, and for all intents and purposes, they used to be pretty much just construct and beast type. Like, yeah, they used to appear randomly, but I mean, construct, beast, and gremlin were like the 3 things. It was on that side of it. It wasn't on the magical fiend side. It wasn't with. Well,
I guess while we're talking about that, we'll come back to this, the unfair Tortodrone running me over in a second, if that needs to be returned to. But I thought that, I don't know, maybe I just didn't pay enough attention. I thought Tortodrones were gremlin creations.
No, I thought they're ancient creatures that no one knows where they came from. Okay. They might have been there before Tingentzar built the place.
Okay, understood. The wiki said the missiles do piercing and elemental damage. Could that be the old Tortodrone, or is that the new Tortodrone? What? Tortodrones deal normal, elemental, and piercing, as well as shock and stun with the various attacks according to the wiki. I don't know. I don't see it.
I thought they did shadow.
I thought it was, if anything, it was shadow, because...
well, their rockets were normal last time. They were just normal rockets. I guess they did elemental then.
Okay, well, they're saying it's the new one. I mean, I assumed from looking at it, because I have video of Maroka and Sky Scythe and Greenlink getting, rocked by rocks. Yeah, and myself, of course. But it's only red pips that are coming off of us. So I'm like, is it Trojan? Ask, because Trojans only deal normal damage. Mm-hmm. Against all precedent, they deal normal damage, no shadow damage. So even in
and
tier
they're
3.
fiends too. What are the Tortodrones technically right now? Are they?
I don't know. I was curious about that.
Construct fiend or something?
What happens if you shift an auto target or if you just have auto target on? What happens if you auto target? Chat, help us. What happens? Tell us. Help.
I would assume it's still just construct, but
yeah, I would think so. But there's kind of no telling.
There's definitely an interesting side to Spawn Knights with the fiends. They're like demons from another world. They don't like belong in the Clockworks. They don't like the Wolvers and Gremlins and stuff like that. They all belong in the world, but like construct, okay.
The auto target shows constructs as Dark Prime BR.
Yeah, so that's what I thought.
Interesting. And then they have the Tortodrones. Among its attacks, it has like this super long lunging, running smack. It has like this stompy attack that does shockwave damage that's really hard to avoid. Here's what bugs me. The missile attack. Mm-hmm. For multiple reasons.
From the sky. Mm-hmm. Call down fire from heaven.
It shows those red circles, of the thing closing, but those aren't accurate. I've stood at the in-between 3 of them, and as the shard comes closer to the ground, the circle gets smaller. Either that or my mind is playing tricks on me, but when I'm standing next to one in the outside of the red range, I don't take damage. So either the circle is lying, or the circle isn't meant to indicate damage, or the circle gets smaller. It's
meant to indicate when the circle gets smaller, that's the closer it is. Like, that's a time mechanism. Like the opposite of a bomb, I guess, probably.
Also, Air says, auto-target says Tortodrone deals normal. Let's fight about it.
Auto-target, it's wrong. No.
Well,
Tortodrones are so OP that they mess up the sensors of the Nightseers. Like, we can't get a reading on them. It says normal, elemental, piercing, shadow, construct, gremlin, fiend, beast.
What is it?
We can't tell.
That's funny. So yeah, shard attacks. It's also they exhibit what's the word? Hitboxing. What's the word for when they actually are something you run into? What's the word for that? I don't know. Anyways, you run into them and they deal damage too. So I've literally had this happen before. I am up against a wall because a Tortodrone's charging at me. Spikes come down in places where I literally cannot move. I try dashing through them. It doesn't work. I dash through them, up against them, and then take damage from them, take shock damage. The Tortodrone finishes me off. It's like, It's like, if the Tortodrones were any more sensitive, they'd plan their attacks and put a circle of spikes around you. And then just walk over and hit you with their fist kind of thing.
At their own leisure.
Yeah.
While you were stuck.
I mean, that could also be I don't know.
They're like mini Vanadukes.
They're like mini Vanaduke Vanaduke Trojan.
They don't have any major weaknesses, do they?
No, they don't.
No, they don't. In the chat, Carap says that they also have no major weaknesses. So,
Tortodrone shown as
What are their defenses against it?
What do you mean?
Do they have defenses against?
They're kind of resistant to everything.
Okay, yeah.
They actually are also highly status resistant. I did a run where we tried to haze bomb it, and it would not be affected by haze.
Yeah.
If you inflict it with stun from vials or something like that, it stays stunned for just a second. Shock seems to last 2 or 3 seconds. So it's got the highest resistance.
Tortodrones remind me of War of the Worlds. No effect on target. Repeat, no effect. Our weapons aren't doing anything. Just blue, blue, blue.
Well, how did they solve it in War of Worlds?
They just let them die of disease.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, that won't work for us because I want my shield. But,
They just waited until all the aliens died from the bacteria on Earth.
Yeah. Another thing to note, just for people so that they don't waste their Fiendish ID ticket, once you use the Fiendish ID ticket on the portal, it locks the party, and you cannot switch out teammates. So make sure you have everybody and the people that you want before you
cannot leave now.
Yeah, you can't. So don't waste your ticket. Do that. And don't be the guy that joins a party and then go, no, I don't want to do this, and leave after they've used the Fiendish ID ticket. That happened to me. Someone came in and they're like, hi, and we used the Fiendish ID ticket, and he's like, actually, I don't want to be here. He left. It was like, oh, great, okay.
Go find him and murder him, please.
I can't remember who that is, but anyways, they also had these like fiendish danger rooms.
Yeah,
which
I've seen those. With
some
the portals.
Yeah. Some of them cost nothing. And you can tell because they've got like fiendish scrawls on the walls. They look like a danger room. Some of them have a button. You step on it, you go in, you get 5 sigils when you complete the room. Others cost 5 energy, and you get 18 sigils when you complete the room. So there's a bit of a trade there if you find one of those, if you want to make that trade. That's up to you. There are also the portals that are everywhere. The fiend portals. The purple circular things. You can destroy them with any attack, it seems.
Shield bash?
It's a great question. Can you shield bash portals?
And I assume sprite attacks would work on them.
Mask Wraith doesn't have any proccing attacks, but yeah. Sprite power? We got to do a testing stream sometime here. We'll have to do a Twitch test. That might be coming. Twitch.tv/ladis_sklay. Check it. So, there's that. There's the portals. There's this new, like, reviving thing, which is weird. I don't know exactly what they are. There's, like, these greenish-brown crystals. Does anyone...
Yeah, I've seen them, and when you hit them, the health symbol appears out of them.
Yeah, and then they, like, break and retreat into the ground and then come back. They get respawned.
They're Tiberium crystals. Anyone in the chat know what those are?
In the meantime, Arap, if you're looking for a fiend room right now, test and see if you can shield bash portals, and see if you can sprite power portals with Seraphynx's Ray of Light or Dracon's Fireball. That'd be cool. Let us know. You rock. They added 2 new explosives blocks that aren't actually explosives. One of them is really bright whitish yellow, and it releases the little gel blobs that explode like some slimes.
The explodey slimes.
Yeah,
the purple and yellow oranges.
Yep. And then there's the purple one, which also does no damage. It just sucks you towards it and around and around and around, which I found to be kind of fun because you knock a bunch of enemies in there and then you get in there with them and just like have a washing machine fight. I found to be really exciting. I also found knocking them in there and then shooting them with guns or bombs to be very effective.
Yeah, I call them void blocks.
And then there's also the whole thing where you and 2 other friends just stand next to the block and just spin in circles for a while because you're
you
so
can
bored.
escape them. It's like a riptide type thing.
Yeah, you can. You can
just
pull out.
walk out of them.
Yeah, you don't even have to dash. You can just walk. So those are things. We don't know if those are going to start appearing in the Clockworks or not.
I hope so. I would assume it would be... I would assume so, and if that being the case, it's probably just like a test run to see how it'll work.
Yeah. We assume the fiendish danger rooms will be gone after this update because they are very themed around Tortodrones. So that's that. Is that everything? You get glyphs. There's 5 different kinds, which we talked about. There's a drummer on the other side of the room named Lord Hood, and he's banging out some tunes. Make the ID card.
It's 7 more days from now, right?
Oh, yes, that's true. March 8th is when it ends. Or 9th. Oh, man. Oh, and Sky Scythe left.
A guildmate of mine said 8 days last night, so...
Okay. Well, let's, The sale ends... Okay, here's the thing. It ends on March 8th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is GMT minus 8. People were arguing about this. I was in a party. People were like, March 8th, March 9th, March 8th, March 9th. For most of the world, it's going to be March 9th, because it's the last minute of March 8th on the west coast of the United States. So everywhere else in the world, it's already going to be March 9th. So, there. Get your things done before then. In theory, you can craft the shields. And that's that. The shields are fun. Oh, we should talk about the shields. Or should we save those for a Bazaar Banter? What do you think?
We don't really need to talk about dangerous gear.
Yeah, that's true.
Dangerous gear is cool. Okay, next.
Well, we're gonna, not do a Bazaar Banter, and let's talk about the shields real quick.
Okay.
So, they're really high defense. They take a lot more hits than other ones. There's 4 of them. And their names are...
Stoic Shell... The 3 stars are Grim Shell, Stoic Shell, Primal Shell, and Primal Shell. There's a double name in there. The 2 Primal Shells give... Piercing and Elemental, I believe. The Grim Shell gives Shadow, and the Stoic Shell gives Normal and Health.
Yeah.
As well as High Stun. It's like a plate shield.
They all offer 2 status resistances to, it seems like arbitrary status resistances, and the normal one is just stun. I sat there for a while staring at each of them going, where in the game would this be useful? I couldn't actually think of anything for any of them. The combinations for some of the statuses with the defenses. I couldn't think of where am I going to use this. It just seems to make them more all around useful to have a range of statuses. Because what happens is if you take an attack that deals status to your shield, it gets absorbed into the shield, and your shield will take extra damage unless you have resistance to it. So that's how resistances with shields work. And then the health bar, what that does is that just affects how long your health bar is.
Oh. So the other primal shell is supposed to be wild shell. The piercing one is supposed to be wild shell. Then
It's not.
But it's not. In the auction house, it's primal shell with, and you know, the little banner under it that shows it that's like piercing or normal, different colors, like the tan color is piercing.
Mm-hmm.
It has that, and it has everything else, but the name is wrong. And it goes wild shell, feral shell, savage tortoise, primal shell, barrier shell, omega ward, stoic shell, mighty shell, grand tortoise, and grim shell, nether shell, gorgomega.
Gorgomega.
Yeah.
So there you go. And again,
Grand Tortoise reminds me of Uguay.
Kung Fu Panda references, yo. Now, the interesting thing about these shields is that they offer a lot of defense. They offer their status resistances, but movement speed down. Movement speed decreased by low.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of... I don't know. For people that like to go fast like Sanic, I'm not convinced by these shields, to be honest. I am not convinced. I do not see any reason why you would not rather go with attack speed or damage buff from Barbarous Thorn Shield or Swift Strike Buckler, irrespectively, because I said those out of order. Attack speed from Swift Strike, damage bonus from Dark Thorn Shield. Barbarous Thorn Shield.
Also, you need a 2-star shield to craft them. You need a 2-star shield to craft them. That's
you do?
Thing. Yeah.
Which one?
Skelly shield for the Grim shield, and
oh, really?
yeah, the
I did not know this.
And then primal shell requires a ally shield.
Oh wow!
Wild shell slash piercing primal shell requires a jelly shield.
Oh, you're right. Wow.
And grim shell is already one. Stoic shell, I would assume. Yeah, play shield.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, so they do have 2-star versions. I did not know. Okay, so that's a thing too.
It's another crafting line.
Because things are easy to say.
It makes sense.
It does. It does. I just didn't see them, I guess. I should have mentioned that in the video. Oh well.
So Grand Tortoise is part of the plate shield line.
It's part of the plate shield line. How does it differ from the Omega shell now? Now I want to know. And the ancient plate shell. What's the difference? Wiki ancient.
Yeah,
plate.
someone just said that, was it Thirder Wing said Omega Shield in the Tortodrone fight is very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that happening.
Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm looking this up right now. Oh,
Omega Shell is massive amounts of normal and health.
And then what's the one that's the new Tortodrone one? What's it called for normal?
The Grand Tortoise.
I do not understand. What is the difference between some of these shields?
It's aesthetics. It looks pretty cool. It looks like an Atlantean Leviathan turtle, but anyway.
I don't know. I mean, once the bars max out, the statuses and stats of shields and weapons we've already shown can go beyond maximum of what the bar shows.
I'm pretty sure Tortodrone has maximum everything.
Yeah, but Omega, Ancient Plate, Iron Might, this Grand Tortoise, they all look the same statistically. Like, they all look really strong. They're all like a really high up there in max. That's like, which one do I get? Probably not the normal one, because there's so many of them.
I already have Volcanic Plate Shield, so I'm not going to get the normal one, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I assume it's just there's more defense
options,
beyond that. But, okay. And so you can craft the shields. They've got a new cool shield bash.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so you actually
it's a new animation, basically, for shield bash.
It seems to go for longer. Mm-hmm. And maybe faster, though I'm not sure about faster. I know longer. And you get a big Tortodrone on you. Yeah. And the Tortodrone gets more defined and more graphically well.
The precedent set would be the 2 Snarby weapons. And those are kind of similar in concept.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
With the sword and the bomb.
That's summon a shadowy version of the boss. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I like that comparison. That's strong. Alright, so the shields, you gotta trade movement speed for them, and I'm not a fan. I do not... I'll make the shields, I guess. I kind of want to save my orbs for guns, for the gunner update, to be honest. I may not craft any of these shields. I do not see the usefulness of them. I don't. I sat and thought, maybe I'd use the Gorgo Mega and Firestorm Citadel. No, I don't want to do that, because I want my movement speed for the wheels. Maybe I could use it in Ironclad Munitions Factory. Oh no, that slows me down, messes up my timing. Yeah. It's like all this stuff, it's like, why would I use these?
It's for bragging rights and aesthetics. Those are the two things I would think mostly of.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Greenlink says, I'm interested in seeing how the slowest you can go with them next Winterfest. So, equip the shield, go Ancient Plate Helm, Ancient Plate Mail, and then walk through some snow.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll go...
While stunned. And
while stunned.
Holding up a bomb. That's anything else that...
Holding a Graviton Bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anything else? Is there any... stunned, holding up a bomb.
Yeah.
Is there any trinkets that slow your speed?
I don't know. Is there any sprite powers?
There might be. I don't know.
I don't know. That's funny. And a present. Oh, he says, and a present. Okay, yeah, that'll be fun.
Okay.
Let's do that. Anyways, that's the Tortodrone update, I think. It's entirety. It's not the biggest update, but it's a fun... What do you rate this? Is this like super high Apocrian quality? Or is this... mediocre? Probably. Some people like. I would say see the oppositions of Black Cat, or is it really bad? Like, I don't know. Have we had a really bad update? Maybe not. Really. Where does it lie on that scale?
I would say it's above most of the updates. Like, it would be like a mid-range update. Above most of the updates, below Apocrian, obviously. I would say it's more fun than Winterfest. It's more. I mean, you can't really compare annual events to it, because it's not like a holiday thing.
It's true.
But it's really cool. It's new. It's like it's what you look for. It's new content. I mean, that's what everyone asks for.
That's what I was going to say. It's not quite Apocrypha because it doesn't have as much polish, but it's definitely new content. So it's up there with Mission System Update.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Guild Hall Update even, because that helped the economy. Guild Hall's way up there for me because it fixed the economy in a big way.
Yeah, then they changed the Guild Hall upkeep cost.
Yeah. Those evil people, the evil slave driving tax collecting,
the Spiral Order
company,
IRS.
Yeah, but it's new content. So
the Spiral Knights Libertarians went out.
Mm-hmm. Though, do you find glyphs often? My last question. I have a really hard time finding them.
Yeah, I find them every now and then in Fiends.
I don't find them very often. It's weird.
You have to run Fiend missions specifically.
Well, yeah. But I go
Go to Fiend missions in like the missions.
Yeah, you could do that too. There's a Fiend Stratum 1 through 4 that I've been running.
Oh, really?
Plus the daily mission I ran a bunch of times yesterday was Fiends. But still, it's like it's so slow.
You find them in Jelly King?
What?
HIPP.
Yeah, I don't understand.
A monster box could spawn a Fiend, which could...
Yeah, and Greenlink and Maroka, the night of the update, they were like, hey, like... we're going to start farming. I'm like, okay, I'll do the same. And tell me when they're like, do you want an invite when we get our first ticket? It's like, sure. And so they go, like, 3 minutes later, it's like, we got it. I'm like, what? Because I've been doing that. I've not seen a single one. I did like 2.5 levels with Glacies and stuff. It's like, nothing.
Yeah, the update comes and some people are like, oh, the update comes and then your friend's talking to you and like, hey, you want to see who can get the first 5-star shield? Sure. And then by the time you finish downloading the update, the other guy already has like all 4 5-star shields.
Yeah, that's the proof of a bad update, I think, if that's easy enough. Oh, and I guess lastly, it's worth a mention. We didn't do this in any particular order, but it seems like all Fiends drop these. I've not hunted Grievers. I've not seen many Grievers, but Trojans drop, Silkwings drop rarely, Devilites drop often, Gorgos drop.
HRPB said that he got 2 from each Silkwing in Jelly King.
Wow. There's pro strats for you. And
RNGesus.
RNGesus. Smiles upon you. And where am I going with this? Someone said Howlitzers drop them too.
Do Trojans?
Yes.
Okay,
Trojans do. I heard Howlitzers. I don't believe it. But if someone in the chat
does Vanaduke
we'll mention it. Oh,
he's listed as a Fiend in the
That is so true.
So could he drop what if he dropped 4 Amurian seals and then glyphs?
Yeah. Oh wow. That must be discovered. Someone get on
That would
this.
be really awesome if he did.
Yeah, it would be. It would be really hard to find out, though, just because of the rate.
The drop rate, you have to kill Vanity a lot of times.
Yeah.
Well, you could just send out a message on the forums asking everyone who plays Vanity to do it, and if 50
true.
people play Vanity, that could
Yeah.
that's
That'd be good. We're skipping transmutations this week. We got sent some stuff. We'll talk about it in unique variants, but we will get to it later because we have a content-filled show. We're already pushing time, so let's move on. Tortodrones, yo. They're fun. Play the update. Spiral Order Recon.
I got it. Yikes.
Arap has reported to us in the chat, and he says, the portals can be damaged by shield bash. However, the damage is very small and not worth it. As for sprite attacks, Ray of Light can take out a portal, so I assume all sprite attacks damage them. Thank you, sir. So apparently not any attack ever will destroy a Fiend portal.
Okay.
You just need a very small amount of damage to do it. So it might take a few hits from, say, a Proto Sword. But thank you, Arap. You rock. Before we get into Spiral Order Recon, we have what's called a sprint question we've been doing for the last few episodes. It's a nice little short question. You have 60 seconds to answer it.
okay.
So this week's question, we're going to do this. It just breaks up the show a little bit and stuff. So Hood, you get this question, okay? So the question is, are weapon and trinket slots worth it? And you have up to 60 seconds to answer. You can begin whenever you like.
Yes, they are. Trinket slots. Trinket slots are worth it. Weapon slots, maybe one weapon slot, but trinket slots are good. Get 2 elite damage bonus ones. That's 2 medium damage bonuses, and then a weapon. Obviously, just a sword and a gun or bomb is a basic configuration that people like.
All right,
That's it.
that's smart. I would say also yes. I think trinket slots have a lot of versatility. I would not start getting trinket slots until you have trinkets to use for obvious reasons. Pentaheart pendants are a nice default. And then if you are a bomber, charge time reduction is excellent so that you can use your armors and helmets to do other things like Black Cat Cowl and Mercurial Demo to boost your damage. So then you have damage plus charge time reduction. That is excellent. Otherwise, Pentaheart pendants are a nice solid choice. Trinket slots are not necessary if you're good at dodging damage. Weapon slots, I think 2 is too expensive. PvPers, maybe it's worth it if you're going to go hardcore PvP all the time. But 1 weapon slot, if any, is fine. I think having 3 weapons is nice because you can have 2 for the level and 1 as a backup. So if you're going into Fiends, 2 things that can deal with Fiends and 1 thing is a backup for something else, I think is an excellent way to run. It's also nice to have 2 bombs plus a sword or 2 guns plus a sword to just mop up the last damage, and 1 gun's just not versatile enough. So I would say that both of them are worth it, though I like your configuration. 2 trinkets, 1 weapon.
Okay.
Yay, sprint question. All right, so we have the Arsenal Podcast music video contest that ended 2 days ago on Friday. And we had 3 submissions. One of them was Sir Greenlink's The Arsenal Derailed, a Spiral Knights parody video. Another was HRPB's
Complete with
12...
Snipemobile in it.
Yeah, it was awesome. HRPB's 12 Days of Winterfest music video, which had it was a Spiral Spy overload of hilarious. And Surging Sybil's Spiral Knights animation, Arsenal Podcast Lagging Sucks, which is, of course, Surging Sybil quality excellent as well. And so we had 3,000 energy to be distributed to people that made... Thanks, we'll get to that. The contest was to take one of the Christmas Carol parodies that we wrote and performed last winter. That's a Spiral Knights themed parody, and make a music video out of it. And so Sir Greenlink, HRPB, and Surging Sybil did. They all did it of different songs. We got a generous donation from Peronius of the Night's Watch Guild to distribute 3,000 energy in prizes. And so those will be sent out. Each of you will be taking 1,000 energy. So congrats to that. Use that to, I don't know, buy some Eternal Orbs or something. Actually, Greenlink doesn't need those. What am I thinking? I can't say for the rest of you, but Greenlink is the guy with like 5 million of every rarity.
Including 5 million prismatic bolted Vees.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can always, give it as a present to your favorite podcast host. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna have to tax it as a income tax.
Oh, right. So what's your tax rate?
Let's just say 51%. Like some countries I can name.
I think these guys would riot.
Other countries don't riot.
And Greenlink says, I actually don't take part in the Bolted V thing, but I have 5 million of everything else. So yes. The links to all 3 of these videos will be in the show notes. There's also a playlist on our YouTube, youtube.com/Skylate. If you go to playlists, you can see them all there. And we'll have a link to the Arsenal Podcast Music Video Contest forum thread also in case you would like to check it out. So thanks to you guys for entering the contest. Thanks for giving us some laughs. And fun stuff. That's our media for this week because Tortodrones are happening and we want to have some time on things. That said, we're also going to be skipping Bizarre Banter because Dangerous Skier is what we'd be talking about. But again, time restraints are a bit of an unfortunate thing. So let's get to Unique Variants.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Unique Variants.
He was stabbed to death by Bolted Vees in an alley right after he got out of jail.
Add to community spotlight. Oh man, that is.
Let's just say that Zhang, after getting out of jail, was stabbed to death in an alley by Bolted Vees.
Let me put this in the show notes. That is great. We are back at last with Unique Variants, and sorry, we had to take a little break there because I had to blow my nose, and we were looking at this video by HRPB, which will be in the show notes also. This is HRPB's Death by Bolted V. It's a 10-second video. It's 9-second video. Oh, man, that's funny. We're laughing at that for a bit. Now, Zhang, you aren't here because you were killed by Bolted Vees in HRPB's video, but we have Sacred Boomkin made us something. And it's a phone call. And you can call us too if you want. It's 1-678-322-7765. Or, if you feel so inclined, 1-678-322-RSNL, which are the 4 letters for Arsenal. But, yeah, so we got a phone call for the first time ever. So if we still had all the hype energy that we did at the beginning of the show, we'd be like, oh my gosh! But, instead, we're just going to play this. And so, this is Sacred Boomkin, though he can introduce that himself.
Hey, this is Sacred Boomkin, and I have some questions for the Arsenal podcast for their Unique Variant section. So my first question is, what is your favorite food? What is your favorite sport? What kind of hobbies do you have? What is the game you liked the most? What is your favorite moment in the history of the Arsenal podcast? What's your favorite SK event? What's your favorite time of year or season, and why? Do you like Mac or PC? Do you like Xbox, PlayStation, any Nintendo console, or Sega? And yeah, thanks for your service to the SK community, and keep up the good work. And yeah, bye.
Sacred Boomkin, you are awesome.
Yay.
You are the best. Let's answer his questions real quickly. What's your favorite food?
Sushi.
Yeah, Korean food, because I'll say Korean food as a blanket. What's your favorite sport? Esports.
Rugby.
Esports are martial arts. What kind of hobbies do you have? Let's name one. I write music.
Podcaster.
Podcasting. Woo!
Yeah. Let's say I like aerospace type things.
Yeah, I do a little bit of writing and a little bit of... I do a lot of everything.
Flying small Cessnas.
I really like composing music, though. Favorite Arsenal podcast moment? I loved recording episode 50. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, episode 50. I liked when... my favorite was Turning Evil, I think.
Yeah. So, favorite Arsenal podcast moment has nothing to do with the actual Arsenal podcast, but rather the jokes that we made as a result of it. Favorite in-game event? Apocria.
Tortodrone. Just because you've already said Apocria, I'll say Tortodrone.
Okay. Favorite season? Why? Not springtime. Let's go with summer because I have really bad pollen allergies. And so that's why you may hear my nose is all stuffed up right now because pollen, it's still winter, but it's already here. It's getting to me.
I like autumn.
Is it autumn or fall?
Well, I don't know. I think autumn would fall to second if it was named fall on my list of favorite seasons.
Mac or PC? Mac.
PC.
Mac.
PC.
Mac.
PC.
This is a rivalry. Before we were really friends, we were arguing about Mac or PC, weren't we?
Yeah.
And kicking each other in the shins.
Yeah.
That's his story. Okay. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or Sega?
Well, we're on a podcast that's about a game that's owned by a company that's partnered with Sega, so I don't know, we kind of have to say
I was about to
something.
say, it sounds really ironic, saying PC after I just argued about him and saying Mac instead, but I'd say PC out of the four of them. Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, or Sega? PC, yo. But if I had to choose Sega, because Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Or Nintendo because of the Paper Mario series. I don't know. That's tough.
It depends on the reason I'm picking my favorite. Xbox for the games, PlayStation for reliability, Nintendo for handhelds, and Sega for PC games.
That works. That'll work.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sacred Boom Kid, thank you so much for calling. You are amazing.
Yeah, none of them are better than everyone else at everything, but
That's true.
like fast food restaurants.
Well, I saw this GIF, right, and it was the three icons for the Wii U, the Xbox, and the PlayStation, and it says "Keep calm." What was it? Yeah, it was "Keep calm." There's one for you,
Yeah.
and it was a GIF, and it was like that, and it slowly faded out, and the P of keep and the C of calm was what's left, and so everything else faded out, and it was like "Keep calm." There's one for you, and everything faded out, and it was just PC left. It was the
That's
best.
funny.
So, anyways, that's the thing. If you want to follow Sacred Boomkin's example and call us if you are so inclined, again, the number is 1-678-322-7765. And thanks for that. That makes me happy that we actually had someone who called on the show. That was my favorite thing from opening the Lockbox, by the way, is phone calls.
Phone calls,
Because it's
yeah.
an audio podcast. Again, Heroia is a knight, and he sent us a bunch of content, which we'll get to when we need it, so thanks so much for answering our call to that. We do have Tortodrones this week, but we'll have other things to talk. We'll have another dry spell, I'm sure, at which point we will bring your stuff up. He's got some good stuff, so that should be it. That said, episode 69, done.
Yeah.
Hooray for episode 60. Wow. Okay, we've got to start planning for episode 75. We need to start scripting it, because
Yeah.
we have a plan, we just need to execute it. If you want to, I gave you the number.
What's the date for episode 75 scheduled?
75 is going to be 6 weeks from now, so... Well, 5 weeks, 6 weeks from now, yeah. So, whatever that ends up being.
So,
6 rows down on the calendar. You look for that and let us know. We have a Steam group, which is the Arsenal Podcast, with Sclaley in parentheses. You can email us at arsenal@sclaley.com, which is a great way to contact us. That's what a lot of people do. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube at youtube.com/sclayelite. We have a Twitch channel that some of us stream on at twitch.tv/Ladison_Sklay. And the reason why it's called that, not the Arsenal Podcast, is just because I'm the one with the streaming technology out of the three of us, so they'll join me, but I'll be the one doing that. We are on iTunes, got iTunes updated. Someone did ask, actually, someone posted, was it a comment or something like that, and they said, why do you post your episodes regularly everywhere else, but on iTunes it comes in like batches of 4? And the reason why is because I don't have regular access to the host of our iTunes account. It's complicated, but I don't have regular access to it, so when I get access to it, I'll upload all of the ones that we need to. But that's why, it's because there's about a couple weeks to a month between when I can access the server each time. It's complicated, but that's why. It's just because I can't get to iTunes all the time. But if you want to leave us a review there, then we'll mention you because we check it and we know who leaves us. And then you can see all the links in this episode, listen to previous episodes, see links to other cool stuff and more, our partners, and all that at sklayelite.com/arsenal is the website. SKLAY elite.com/arsenal.
Yeah.
Episode 69.
It's a wrap.
Keep Tortodroning. Don't stop listening to us drone on, and go play the update that rocks.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Geared up and ready to go? Thanks for listening to The Arsenal, a Spiral Knights podcast. See links and listen to previous episodes on our website, scalely.com/arsenal. Send comments, questions, and audio to arsenal@sklayelite.com or give us a call at 1-678-322-7765.